My name is Brad Landers. The first thing I did here was Return to the Forbidden Planet, which was 2 years ago, directed by Fabio Polanco, which was a lot of fun. And then this season I'm doing All Shook Up on the main stage, and then also I Am Woman in the Park Theater, choreographing both of those shows. I got involved with HSRT because of a professor of mine, Fred Tesler, at Wagner, and he has worked here for 20 years, and sort of was one of the first people to give me a shot as a choreographer, and he brought me here. In college, I sort of found out, I took a choreography class and sort of discovered that I was good at it, that I sort of grasped it well. And I don't know, I think nowadays it appeals to me more than actually running 8 shows a week. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's a little bit more fulfilling, just the ability to sort of tinker and play and have a vision and make it go. At the base of my choreography, inspired by the person's intention. So I think I always sort of come from like an actor's standpoint almost, like what are your circumstances, what are your, all those like 6 questions that we answer for Uta Hagen. I think that's sort of like at the base of it. And then also just stylistically, I'm super influenced by like Bob Fosse, Gene Kelly, sort of like the old school greats, I guess. And then, some more contemporary people. So I guess stylistically, I sort of draw from many things, but I always want it to come from a place there's always a reason why we're doing it. Yeah. Honestly, some of the most memorable projects for me have been sort of the self-produced things that I've done. Like a friend of mine started a project called Gig in New York, which is like singer-songwriters, local artists, and choreographers in New York that we sort of put together and make, stylized movement to sort of songs that you wouldn't normally expect movement to be for. And it's funny because all the sort of self-produced things that I've done have led to other things. So those tend to be like what stick out in my head. I came to the Scissor Sisters actually because of the project I did called Gig. And one of the artists we worked with was named Chrissy Poland, who's amazing. You should check her out. But she is one of the backup vocalists for the Scissor Sisters, and she put me in touch with them because their normal choreographer was in Germany and busy. So enter me, and that's how that came about. This was I worked with them last May, and I just sort of crashed one of their band rehearsals in Brooklyn, and gave them the movement I had for Kiki, and set it on Anna and Jake Shears, the sort of 2 leads of the band. And they sort of like were sort of a little tentative. Like Jake said to me, choreography scares the crap out of me, and I was like, don't worry, I'll go easy on you. So it was like, it's one of those things where like you're in the room and you don't really think about what's happening. You're just doing it. And then so we brought it to Scott, who's also known as Baby Daddy in the band. And once he saw it, he was like, you nailed it. Please come back tomorrow and help us further with some other pieces and things. So it's crazy. It's like in that process you don't sort of realize like how big that could be, or what it actually will be. You're just doing what you do, so it's interesting to sort of have that perspective on it now that it's like what it is. Yeah. Yeah. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been nice to be able to sort of have like a book musical to play with, and then also sort of create more pop music in a way. So it's been a nice sort of yin and yang to my summer.